In this video, I'm going to test out 3 different LLMs. The most popular is DeepSeek, which pretty sure everybody knows about by now. They've probably seen a million videos on it because it's been blowing up in the last few weeks. I'm also going to test out AI2's Tulu 3 model and then also Command-R Plus. So I'm going to choose a certain niche and choose a different prompt for each so I can show you what each of the models is capable of. So with that, let's get started. So I'm going to start with AI2. Their large language model is called Tulu 3. It's been around for not that long from what I could tell, but it's one of the 3 large language models I'm going to try out. I'll show you here. They have several types of LLMs. I mean, anybody can try these out if they so choose. I will leave the links in the description to these. So here are I'm going to use these 3 different prompts. I'm going to be showing you the Cohere model. I'll show you also DeepSeek, which has become popular recently. And here's the Tulu 3 prompt that I created. I chose gardening as the niche, just like randomly I chose this. So I'm going to go ahead and go in here and paste it in. And I'm going to hit send for that. And I will be back in a minute here or so when this is done. As you can see, it's finished. This is the prompt that I put in. And I told it to generate 5 modules with 3 lessons per module. And this is basically just an outline of a video course on gardening. You know, you could set this to whatever you want. You could put in your own niche here and you could come up with some kind of a course if you wanted to create an online course. This is just one way of creating an outline for an online course. And as you can see here, it gave you the 3 modules and it even breaks down 3 different lessons or parts of these lessons within each lesson that's in each module. And it even comes with gives you a conclusion here. And right here, it gives you the course overview. So just a quick overview of this model here. I mean, you could see if you click here, it'll give you like a thread history, um, all the settings and everything, appearance. You can change from light to dark. With this, you can share this thread that you created, this chat. You can create a new chat, and also you can change the parameters. I know this temperature has to do with the randomness and everything. You can, put that up, put that down based on what you want. Here's the fact. So as I showed earlier, these are the types of models they have. I mean, you can click here and you can find out tons of different information about this company. This Tulu 3 LLM gives pretty good responses, I would say. I've tried it out for a while, and I would say it's kind of comparable to DeepSeek, ChatGPT and Claude and everything. But it just depends on what you want to use. I mean, you could use any of the 3 that I will show in this video. So next I will show you the DeepSeek model and what it is capable of. And I created a prompt just for it. Here is the prompt that I'm going to use for DeepSeek. If you're into AI, you probably know DeepSeek has blown up in popularity over the past few weeks. And there's also been some talk about the privacy issues. But this is just for testing purposes, just to show you what it's capable of. If you put in a prompt, you're trying to generate some information, depending on what it is. So I'm going to paste in this prompt here. Again, I use the gardening niche. And once this is finished, I will be back to show you the results. Okay, this is the result. It gave me 3 newsletter ideas based in the gardening niche. This is the idea here for the first one. Easy to grow plants for beginner gardens. Here's the second, seasonal gardening tips, preparing your garden for current season, whatever the season would be. And the third is eco-friendly gardening, how to create a sustainable garden. So what you would do is you would take like one of these ideas, this is kind of like an outline, and then you would expand upon this based on whatever prompts that you put in. And one thing to note too is I didn't use the R1 model, which is more of like a reasoning model. Some people use it, some people don't. Sometimes it's slow or sometimes doesn't work at all recently because there's just so much popularity, so much usage with this. So anybody that knows, DeepSeek, like here, you can get the app. This is where you would go to go to your account settings, contact us, delete all chats. This would be the sidebar to show all of the other chats that you had. This is a free model, and also you can run this locally if you know how to run local LLMs on your own device. And it will depend on the power of your device. If you have like a weak PC, it probably wouldn't work too well. But if you have a pretty good PC, you could probably get one of these models to run pretty well, and then you wouldn't give all of your information to them. There's a lot of privacy issues with this and some of the other ones online. Some people care, some people don't. So it just depends on what you want. All right, this is the prompt I'm going to be using for Cohere's model. It's called Command R Plus. So I've copied this prompt, and as you can see here, they have several different options, including the documentation at the bottom. This is all of the options here on the left too about building using their API and things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Command R plus, and I will paste in the prompt. And once this is finished, I will show you the result. Okay, this is finished here. This is a 3-day welcome email sequence in the gardening niche. And you can see here, it gives you day 1, welcome and introduction. It gives you the second email here, quick wins and instant gratification. This is where the person's name would be if you were sending these emails out. At the end, it has try these tips. You'll see a difference in your garden right away. And this is the third one here, long-term planning and community building. So this is just one example of a 3-day email sequence based on this niche here. You can add stuff to the prompt to make it even more, more in depth based on what you want. So this is what this model, this LLM can do. Again, this one is also pretty much comparable to things like ChatGPT or DeepSeek or some of the other models that are out there. Real quick, I just wanted to show you, if you click these 3 dots and go to settings, it lets you connect. You can connect data through Google Drive like a spreadsheet. Also, you can add a knowledge base in with these files. That gives you a option of PDF or text file. And then here you can turn these tools on. This is a Python, a calculator, a web search option, and also this URL scraper. So if you wanted to paste in a URL, it could scrape that website for whatever information you're going to be trying. So this is just an example of what this one can do. Again, I will leave the link to this tool as well as all the other tools in the description. Real quick, I just wanted to go over some pointers about prompting. First one is going to be as specific as you can when you put in a prompt. So like it says here, instead of putting in write about dog, you should put in write a 500-word explanation about how different dog breeds were historically developed for specific working purposes, focusing on herding breeds. Or you would put in as much info as you can, so you would get a good answer out of the AI tool that you're trying to prompt. You would base the info that you put in on whatever niche you're trying to work with, basically. The next one is going to be try to break all of the tasks into smaller steps so you're not overwhelmed. So that would be like if you're writing a blog post, you would put in something about the intro first, and you would also put in information about getting an outline, and you could also ask about getting an outro or an ending or like a final thoughts type of section in a blog post. So like if you break everything up into smaller tasks, you're not going to get overwhelmed with it. And the third would be to basically, if you wanted to use your own voice and you would want the response in your own voice, you would have to upload a writing sample or something of like a knowledge base, and that would give you like a better answer. So like this says, you would provide examples of your desired output, format, or style, which would be, most likely your own writing style. And then this would give the AI a clear template to follow, and you would get a better answer in the end. All right, that's going to wrap this one up. Hopefully this was helpful, and this gave you some idea of what these 3 models are capable of. You'll probably be seeing more models coming out in the future. I mean, there's new models that come out all the time. And when it comes to prompting, I would suggest getting as detailed as you can, because like I mentioned earlier, the more detailed you get, the better answers that you actually get, and the better content that you create. So I'm going to link all of the tools in the description, and I'm going to link the slides in the description so you can get a hold of the prompts, and then you can change them and use them if you want to. So with that, I will see you in the next one.